Welcome, folks, to an entirely new series. I know we're hearing that a lot nowadays. However, what I'm going to go ahead and do is, since the open beta for Hearthstone has been released and open to everybody now, I'm thinking about doing some arena runs to see how well I place against other people. Now, there was some technical difficulties with this video. Some of the audio didn't go through, so I am definitely dubbing back over the video. But essentially, you have me versus this wonderful gent or lady, Foster House 7. And as you can see, we got right off to it, and we're hitting it back and forth. I'm just gonna kind of tell you some of the decisions I made behind certain cards and why I made certain plays. So I immediately started off with the 1-3 in order to get that heal off. It's really great early game, so that way you can heal and get that card advantage. So presently, I've got the board control right now, which is perfectly fine. So I decided to throw Holy Smite, do 2 damage, and just to get some damage in there. Healed my thing to get another card. Lightwell is a really good card. It 0/5. It'll at the start of your turn restores 3 health to a damage friendly character, which is always good when it comes to a pre-stack, considering that you have procs that go off with a card draw. I also have Spellbreaker there. So he throws out a Demolisher. We're going to take a look at that card. So 2 damage to a random enemy. And so I immediately deal with this by throwing out the Spellbreaker and silencing it, because I don't want random damage being dealt. So throw some damage at him in the turn. Now, I don't have card advantage, but I do have board advantage. So let's see what he does. He throws out Scarlet Crusader with Divine Shield. It's an okay card. There are better cards to pull in an arena draft. And Acidic Swamp Ooze. It is a good card, but in this case, he did the right play by just throwing it out, because I won't have any equipments for it to destroy. So, from here, what I decided to do was I decided to go ahead and throw out the Lightwell, just so that way, if I can get damage on my little priestess over there, she can make me draw a card. And then I copied 2 of his cards in his hands, which is perfect, because the Divine Spirit actually helps with the Lightsworn. It allows it to double its health, so essentially it becomes a 10/10 as soon as I throw it out. So I decided to go ahead and throw some damage at him, because he decided to... from my understanding, he doesn't have any taunt, so he kind of left himself open there. You always should take some taunt in this game. It's always good to have like a wall. So they take out my offensive. Now he has board control, but I now have the card advantage. So he throws a single damage at me. I heal myself using Lightwell. So now I throw out Light Spawn, and then I double its health, which makes it a 10/10. Now it's this disgustingly big creature. Now, he can still take it out if he took it out with each of his characters, but if I remember correctly, he does not go about it that way. Let's see what he does. Alright, come on, make a choice. You can do it. Alright, so he targets it with Holy Fire, deals 5 damage, he restores 5 health, which brings it down to a 5/5. That's one thing I like about the Lightsworn, is that it retains its health and its damage simultaneously, which I kind of like, because then I can heal it back up to a 10 if I somehow can. He destroys my Lightwell because he doesn't want it healing my Lightsworn. Alright, so I got a Shadow Word Death. Now this card's very useful, especially when they've got big cards out like that. So we take him down, and then I go ahead and heal him, which puts him up to a 3/3, and then we deal 2 damage to his 3/1, and then we attack him directly. In turn, now he's got it all in his hands. Now, when it comes to arena, you want to be very careful about which cards you pull, which cards you use, only because there are crap cards in most situations, and so you have to be very picky about what you're taking and make sure not to get a crap card. So let's take a look here. We've got Mind Blast, so we're going to go ahead and kill him off. and then we're going to Mind Blast for 5. So I'm just laying down some like fire on him just to like, you know, scare him a little, make sure that he knows that I've got the advantage here. He's got card advantage as well as board advantage, but it's only a 1/2, so I'm not too worried about it, especially being at 30 health. He throws out Frostwolf Wolflord, which I'm not too worried about because, as you can see there, I have a Shadow Word Death in my hand, so that's going to be taken care of. So we draw a card. Now we've got 9, so we're going to go ahead and kill that off, then throw out some Holy Fire, hit him for 5 and gain 5, or in this case 1 because I wasn't that much damaged. All right, so I throw it back to him. He's kept this Demolisher out since the beginning. I didn't feel like it was a real need to get rid of it, honestly, because it was just a 1/2 and I silenced it, so it definitely had no ability going off. So what's he going to do here? He gives it +3 health, and now he has a 6/6, which that in itself kind of, you know, put me on edge a bit, because I had the 6/6 I couldn't really respond to. I did have the champion in my hand, but as you can see, I went ahead and played it only because I needed to get something out there. But I also got, you know, a spell to throw at him to deal some damage. So I passed it back to him, having my own 6/6 on my side of the field. And so he goes and trades those, and they both die, which is fine. Like, I can deal with that. It's a fair trade. So he throws another 1 damage at me. Now, I get silence, which isn't useful right now because, honestly, there's nothing to silence, and I might as well just keep it in my hand. I heal myself back to full, pass the turn. Not much I can do. At this point, I'm top decking, which you kind of don't want to be in this kind of circumstance. He copies my silence into his hand, so now he has silence. And then he goes and heals himself 1 more time. He's probably going to throw another point of damage at me. Yep, there he goes. So he throws another point of damage. He can either cast a spell or pass a turn. He passes the turn. Now, I get the same one as him, the Temple Enforcer, but I hold on to it only because I didn't want to waste the ability there, the Battle Cry. I wanted to be able to use that Battle Cry for another minion that I may get. So I let him take his turn. He throws out Nightblade, deals 3 damage to me, heals himself. Now he's got a 4/4 and a 1/5, which I'm not too worried about because I do have a 6/6, and I can take some damage. I'm still at 26 at this point. So I pull a second minion. So I go ahead and throw out the minion to restore 3 health of my own. And then I heal myself, and then I throw out the Temple Enforcer, give the 3/3 3 more health, so it's now 3/6, and I pass the turn. Now, silence won't work on that 4/4 there because, honestly, it's already used its ability. I tend to have silences to get rid of taunts, to get rid of things like that. Whenever you play a card, you get +1/+1. Yeah, that's an evil card. So he throws that out, and then he throws out another card to get, I don't know why he silenced that. Oh, he silenced it just to get the 3/3, and then he heals everybody, gets another 1/1. So now he's a 4/4. So he's got some damage now that has got me on edge. He restores 2 of his health. So, you know, the board's starting to even out. He's got board advantage. He hits me for 4. Does he hit me for 1? Let's see if he does. All right, he doesn't. He passes the turn. I would have hit myself for 1 if I was in his circumstance. So I heal myself, put myself back up to 27, and since he doesn't have any real taunt, I go ahead and silence that, and I throw my 3/6 and my 6/6 at his face. Brings him down to 11, puts a big gap in health between me and him. He's probably feeling a lot of pressure right now. So he's got to react somehow to this. He's got 2 big things. Now, Northshire Cleric, it is very late game to do that, but in the right circumstances can be extraordinarily useful. He can get more card advantage over me, which he already has. He's got 1 more card than I do. And all I've got is a heal spell. So he heals himself. He throws his 2/2, and then I think he throws his 4/4, yeah. So he takes out my 6/6, and then he throws his 1/7 at me for some reason. I don't quite know why he did that. He should have either thrown the point of damage at me, or something else. So I'll go ahead and throw out Mana Addict. Whenever you cast a spell, you get to draw a card. And since, minions healed, or not, you get to draw a card. You get +2 to your attack for the turn. Now, I was a bit quick in reading that, and I didn't realize it was just for the turn, so I kind of passed it up. But I think he goes and kills it. Oh, he Shadow Word Pains, which destroys the 3/6. And then, what's he gonna do? He's Power Word Shield, +2 health to his minion, so now it's a 1/5. So he's got these little 1 high health characters, so it's not really doing him a lot of favors in this sense, because you have to get damage out. You have to, in order to beat someone, obviously you gotta throw out the damage in order to hurt him bad, but in this case he just didn't have the firepower necessary. So passes the turn. I get Mind Blast, which is a fantastic card. Just 2 mana crystals, 5 damage to his face. I'm gonna heal myself and then hit him for 3. Now he's down to 4. He's probably shitting his pants right now. He's like, oh snap, I don't know if I'm gonna deal with this. So let's see how he deals. I think he kills off my Mana Addict. Let's see what he does. He definitely has board... No, he doesn't really have board control. Well, yeah, he does have board control. He also has card advantage over me. So he takes out my Mana Addict, and then he attacks me directly for 1. Now, let's see what he does here. Oh, he heals that. He gets another card. It's got 2 mana, so he just passes the turn. I get my Taunt, 5/4 Taunt. Fantastic card. High damage, low health, which means that it's going to trade with anything. Well, most things. But he now has this big wall in the way, which he can't deal with just yet. So he goes ahead, and he's making his decision. He throws out a 6/6. The champion is really awesome because it gives your creatures +1/+1. He doubles its health, and then he throws damage at it. Now, if I remember correctly, he actually did this a little weird. He did it different than I would have. If I remember correctly, he throws that at me, and then he heals everything. And he gets a card for each minion that's healed. And then he does 2 more damage. He could have saved that for later. And then hit me for that. So, let's see here. I mean, I could kind of understand there. He wanted to get the most cards out of the card draw, which was, fantastic. You should always do something like that. Now, you just saw there I tried to heal the minion, and I didn't get anything for it. So apparently the mechanic only procs when the minion is damaged. Also, he's down to 1 card, so he's struggling right now. So he's got to try and kill me. I've got 25 health. I don't see him doing it here shortly. So he goes ahead and throws out everything he can. So he throws his damage at me, which is only going to be like 10. But he got 1 damage off because of the knife thrower. So that happens. He also gets another 1 point of damage off. I go ahead and heal my minion to get a card because it was damaged. Now this is fantastic because the Gadget Stand Auctioneer is just an amazing card. You throw him out, you cast a spell. So I'm going to do 2 damage to him directly. I get him, I get a card, 5 damage. So I could throw that out, do another 5 damage to him. Get another card, silence. And then another silence. And then I don't have enough mana to cast that, so what I do is I hit him for 1 damage and I end the turn. Now, apparently, when you don't have any cards, you pull these fatigue cards, and it dealt 1 damage to him, therefore ending the game. Alright. Well, that was our first game in the arena run, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Next video should be up next week.